In the heart of Australia's vast outback, where the earth meets an endless sky, a story of unexpected love began to unfold. Charlotte, a young woman with a spirit as wild as the land itself, had always dreamed of adventure beyond the boundaries of her family's sheep station. Ethan, a young man with a gentle soul and a keen eye for the beauty in the world, arrived in the small, dusty town of Merindah, carrying nothing but a backpack and an old camera. Their paths crossed under the sweltering sun of an Australian summer, igniting a spark neither of them could ignore. As Valentine's Day approached, Ethan devised a plan to surprise Charlotte with an adventure she would never forget. He had found an old but still vibrant hot air balloon tucked away in a barn on the outskirts of town. The owner, an eccentric old man with stories as colorful as the balloon itself, agreed to let Ethan use it for the day. With a twinkle in his eye, he warned them of the capricious winds, whispering tales of faraway lands to which those gusts could carry them. On the morning of Valentine's Day, Charlotte awoke to find a note pinned to her door. "Meet me where the earth kisses the sky," it read. Her heart fluttering with excitement, she made her way to the spot, where Ethan and the rainbow-hued balloon awaited. As they ascended into the azure expanse, Charlotte's laughter mingled with the soft hiss of the burner, the land below unfolding like a patchwork quilt of greens and browns. The flight was magical, with views of the sprawling outback that took their breath away. They shared stories of their dreams, their pasts, and the adventures they hoped the future held. As they spoke, the balloon drifted lazily, guided by the whims of the wind. Without warning, a sudden gust seized them, propelling the balloon into uncharted territories. Their initial alarm soon gave way to wonder, as below them lay landscapes neither had imagined. They floated over ancient, gnarled forests where the trees whispered secrets of the ages. They passed over rivers that shimmered like liquid silver, winding through the rugged terrain. And as the sun began to dip below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, the balloon descended into a hidden valley, a whimsical place untouched by time. There, amidst the wildflowers that carpeted the ground, they shared a picnic of simple fare, but in that moment it felt like a feast for kings. The isolation of their surroundings only amplified the connection that had been blossoming between them. As they talked and laughed under the canopy of stars, it was as if the rest of the world had melted away, leaving only the two of them. But as all adventures do, theirs too had to come to an end. With the first light of dawn, they managed to navigate the balloon back to Merindah, their hearts heavy with the knowledge that what they had experienced was once in a lifetime. Yet as they touched down, they realized that their adventure didn't have to end there. The bond they had formed, fueled by the gusts of wind and a shared sense of wonder, had forever changed them. Charlotte and Ethan knew that their journey together was just beginning. They had found love in the most unexpected of places, guided by the winds of fate to a whimsical world that would forever be their secret. Back in the reality of their everyday lives, they held on to the magic of that Valentine's Day, a testament to the fact that true adventure and love can be found in the gust of a moment, if only one is brave enough to follow where it leads. In the days that followed their incredible journey, Charlotte and Ethan found themselves inseparably intertwined, not just by the memories of their adventure, but by a deep, unspoken understanding that had blossomed between them. They returned to their daily routines in Merindah, yet everything seemed different now, touched by the magic of their experience. Ethan, who had always been a bit of a wanderer at heart, found himself drawn to the stability and warmth that Charlotte brought into his life. He started to see the Outback, a place he had always considered a mere backdrop to his adventures, as a home. It wasn't just the sprawling landscapes and the vivid sunsets that captured his heart, but the community, the people, and the sense of belonging that he felt with Charlotte by his side. Charlotte, on the other hand, discovered a new sense of adventure within herself. The quiet, bookish girl who once preferred the company of her novels to the unpredictability of the world outside found that there was an exhilarating freedom in the unknown. With Ethan, she felt as if she could explore not just the physical expanses of the Outback, but also the vast landscapes of her own heart. Their love, born from a gust of wind, continued to grow and flourish like the native wildflowers after the rain. They began to plan new adventures, not just in hot air balloons, but in every aspect of life. They explored the hidden nooks of the outback, each journey bringing them closer, each experience a thread weaving them tighter together. As the seasons changed, so did their relationship, deepening, becoming more rooted. They faced challenges, of course. No love story is without its gusts of wind, threatening to unsettle and challenge. But just like that Valentine's Day, they learned to navigate through the storms, to lean into the wind and let it guide them rather than fight against it. Eventually, the time came when Ethan, under the vast outback sky, asked Charlotte to be his partner for life. It was a simple proposal, devoid of any grandeur, but to them it was perfect. They decided to hold their wedding in the very place that had witnessed the beginning of their story, the open, boundless outback. The day of their wedding was marked by a clear, azure sky, with just a hint of a breeze, a gentle nod from the winds that had brought them together. Their vows were promises of continued adventure, of love that would endure through the calm and the storms. As they stood there, hand in hand, surrounded by friends and family, but looking only at each other, they realized that their love story, which had begun with a gust of wind, had brought them to this moment of utter contentment and joy. The outback, with its rugged beauty and untamed spirit, had been the silent witness to their journey, a journey that was far from over. For Charlotte and Ethan, every gust of wind was a reminder of their Valentine's Day adventure. A reminder that love is not just found in the quiet moments, but also in the whirlwind of life. And as they looked into each other's eyes, they knew that together they were ready for whatever adventures lay ahead, guided by the unpredictable, whimsical gusts of fate. The sun dipped below the horizon, painting the outback sky in hues of orange and purple. Charlotte and Ethan, now hand in hand, walked towards the small gathering that awaited them. It was their engagement party, set against the backdrop of the vast Australian wilderness, a fitting testament to their adventurous spirits. Their love story, which had taken flight on a whimsical Valentine's Day, was now coming full circle. The hot air balloon ride that was meant to be a simple celebration of love had turned into an odyssey across the outback, throwing them into the arms of unexpected destinations and, ultimately, into a deeper love for each other. As they approached the festively lit backyard of Charlotte's family home, the laughter and music grew louder. The yard was adorned with strings of lights, casting a warm glow over the faces of their loved ones. Tables were set with wildflowers, and the air was filled with the scent of eucalyptus and the sizzling aroma of a classic Australian barbecue. Charlotte's father, a rugged man with a gentle heart, stepped forward to welcome them. His eyes glistened with unshed tears as he took in the sight of his daughter, radiant and happy. "To think," he began, his voice thick with emotion, "that a gust of wind would bring us all to this moment. You two are truly meant to be." Ethan, feeling a surge of gratitude and love, clasped the older man's shoulder. "Thank you, sir, for welcoming me into your family, for trusting me with your most precious treasure." His voice was sincere, echoing the depth of his feelings for Charlotte. The party continued under the starlit sky, with stories of their adventure being shared and laughed over. Charlotte and Ethan recounted their journey, from the heart-stopping moments when the balloon was at the mercy of the wind, to the serene beauty of the outback dawn they witnessed from above. Their tale was one of courage, humor, and the unbreakable bond that formed between them in the face of adversity. As the night wore on, the couple stole away from the festivities for a moment of solitude. They found themselves at the edge of the property, where the domestic lights faded and the raw beauty of the outback took over. The stars were brilliant in the clear sky, a sprawling canvas that made their problems seem insignificant in comparison. Ethan took Charlotte's hands in his heart swelling with emotion. "Charlotte, being with you, getting lost and finding ourselves, it's made me realize that there's no adventure I wouldn't embark on with you by my side." Charlotte, her eyes shimmering with tears of joy, squeezed his hands. "Ethan, every day with you is an adventure, a beautiful, unpredictable journey. I can't wait to see where the wind takes us next." As they stood there, the vast outback stretching out before them, They knew that their journey together was just beginning. They had weathered the whims of fate, guided by the love gust that had brought them together. And as they turned back to join their loved ones, their hearts were full, ready for the next adventure, for the next gust of wind that would propel them into the future, together, forever.